Hey everyone, welcome back into the Northwest Georgia High School basketball weekly roundup show. I'm joined again by Mr. RJ Casey. We may have a few others jump on as we're going, but we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to roll some of Friday and Saturday scores along the bottom ticker, and then we're going to talk about some teams of the week, which I don't think I've even shared with RJ yet.
That'll be a surprise to me.
Yeah. And then I've got we've got a few tournament champions that we can talk about. Already won some local tournaments and some big games that's been played over the past week, boys and girls. And let's start off with the one that we built up last week. How did the Lumpkin County girls versus Pickens girls go, RJ?
Yeah, it was what it was built up to be. It was a back and forth battle between two really good teams, and I believe if I remember right, I told you last week. You asked me to give a prediction, and I told you the final score will probably end up being somewhere in the high 50s to low 60s, and that's exactly where it was. Is Lumpkin was able to come away with a 59-56 win. It literally came down to the final shot. Nets had a chance at the buzzer to tie it up, sending it in overtime, but it fell short. But it was a back and forth battle pretty much the whole night. I don't think anybody had a lead more than 7 at the whole game. So I think both teams match up fairly well with each other. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks when the Nets go to Dahlonega for the rematch. But yeah, it was a really fun game to watch in person.
Yeah, I figured it would be, and I followed along for a little bit while you were, I think you may have been tweeting about it or something, but or talking about it as the game was going on. But sounded like a back and forth match. Um, let's see here. Staying in the ladies' action, I know the gold ball this year for the ladies and the Rome area tournament. I don't know the exact name of the Rome Christmas tournament is what I'm going to call it. The gold ball went to the Rome Lady Wolves, and then the men's champion was Darlington. They are, I think they're, if I'm not mistaken, they're both back to back champs. I know Darlington's the back to back champs on the men's side. They beat Model in the championship, I believe. Um, some big games in that one. You had let's see, you had a Model Chattooga, you had Chattooga Rome, you had Darlington Rome. Um, Matchups you don't see every day.
Mhm.
Darlington and Chattooga being 1A schools versus you know 6A Rome, and then the 1A school winning it. So I mean, that's basketball for you, though.
Yeah, it, it's basketball is kind of trickier to gauge more than football. I think football you can probably tell who the clearly better team is, and basketball anybody can pull out anything at any time. It just if the shots aren't falling, if your best people aren't playing well, and it just anything can happen on the court.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the teams of the week. The ladies team of the week was chosen by Lawrence Morgan. He was going to be here to say something about him, but we're going to move on. The ladies team of the week is the Cass Lady Colonels. Cass is currently 8-1. They're recent champions of the Carrollton Christmas tournament. And let's see here. Let's put their little, yeah, give them a little recognition there. They're led by
Yep.
head coach Burt Jackson. Like I said, they're currently 8-1, or 9-1 now. Two wins over Lithonia, Paulding County. The only losses to the Model Girls. See, they've also beat Southeast Whitfield, East Paulding, Mount Zion. and then a close win recently over New Manchester in the tournament. Coming up on the 28th, just after Christmas, I noticed they have a matchup against Darlington um, in a tournament. I'm not sure what tournament that is, but that should be an interesting matchup. That'll be a pretty good barometer for Cass to see where they're at against the Lady Tigers there. As far as the boys' side, um, I chose the Hiram Hornets. Hiram Hornets for the boys um, team of the week. They're currently 8-2, ranked at number 3 and 5A by Max Preps, and they're led by head coach Kenyon Boyd. And I pulled up the Hornets roster, and it's funny enough that their roster has a bunch of sizes. The one
Mm-hmm.
size it doesn't have is the one for Mr. Walter Matthew, who recently, I guess they're trying to hide his size. I don't know, but he's ripping the rim down. I would say what 6'7". I don't know.
Yeah, I thought at one point I saw he was 6'7".
Yeah. So he's been tough down low. This Hiram team um, is looking at it is currently 9-2, and they're only well, they actually have some pretty good wins over Oxford, Alabama. They played Dutch Fork in South Carolina. They've won a little bit everywhere. They've actually got wins over Carrollton as well. And Carrollton is no slouch. They're sitting at 9-1, and they're scoring a lot of points right now. That Carrollton team is really good. So that had to be a heck of a matchup between them and this Hiram squad. That Walter Matthews, he also doubles as a tight end, and I think he offers a lot of folks. Ohio State included. The big time offers.
Oh yeah.
So he's a playmaker for sure. And then senior, 6'2" and above. Guards and shooting guards. So I mean, there's a lot of skill right there with good size. So I would obviously make for a tough basketball team.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to slot the Cass Lady team, so I'll throw them up there and give them some recognition too. Like we said, they're the team of the week for the ladies, and there's their roster. And I'm not too sure about who's their scoring threats, but we'll give them some recognition nonetheless.
Hmm. Ladies are doing well.
Alrighty. I'll go ahead and throw some of Tuesday's scores up there. That Christian Heritage team just keeps winning. They were our team of the week not too long ago. They just keep winning. They played Hamilton Heights, and I'm not sure if that's out of Georgia or Tennessee, wherever, but that was a big win. Another team that I've noticed that's scoring a ton of points, the North Murray boys.
Yeah.
North Murray boys. I've seen them put 90 up a few times already.
They did that last night.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And the last time I was on here, we had some private chat saying that don't overlook North Murray. I'm not sure if they were talking about the boys or the girls, but the boys are not being overlooked. I don't know how the girls have been so far. Maybe we can get Mr. Napier on here when he gets back in back home and settled in.
Yeah, back on Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir. Maybe we can get him on there to talk about those North Murray girls and any of the teams you want to talk about. You can send us a message, or heck, you can join the show if you feel so brave enough.
I looked up that Hamilton Heights team, and they are from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's what I figured.
They are 7-7 on the year. So
Hamilton Heights.
and I saw one win by Christian Heritage was at the buzzer. That may have been it. So I don't know if that was it, but I saw they won at the buzzer. So
Yeah, that was a heck of a finish. I think I tagged it on Twitter as what did I put? I put some kind of hashtag on it. Anyway, it was a great finish. Dude kind of created his own shot. I think I read something where whatever play they had set up didn't exactly work, so he had to kind of just
yeah,
go at it.
you gotta wing it when it's down to the final seconds.
Yeah, and he made enough. He made enough happen to create enough room to get a shot up, just inside the three. He pulled up and buried it. Um, in that Michael Jordan range there, where he buried that that shot where he had the infamous where he jumped up in the air. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and I don't think he had to quote unquote push off to get that too. So
Yeah, he was somehow or another he created enough space where he was pretty much. I mean, it looked like he was in the open a little bit. I mean,
yeah,
there were people around him, but nonetheless, it was a great shot.
yeah,
If you're looking for something to do after Christmas, there is. I'm sure y'all got stuff going on, but the ones that I could drum up so far, I know Adairsville High School is going to be hosting the Adairsville Tiger Clash, 28th through the 30th. There'll be a bunch of schools in there. Haralson County is hosting a down in Tallapoosa. They'll have a tournament as well. The Hilburn Patterson Invitational, 28th through the 30th. Down toward Heard County, Heard down in Franklin is hosting a tournament as well. Heard County Holiday Classic,
I
and then
know. Go
Model
ahead.
Model will have their um, at Model in Rome, December 28th through 30th, the Big Blue Classic. So we got a bunch of different tournaments going on. Do you have y'all have any tournaments going on over that way?
Yeah, the Dragons, the boys are hosting a tournament on those same days, the 28th to the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Several teams are going to be in it. Lassiter's coming to Jasper, so is Cartersville. I know Gilmer's going to be in it, but Pickens and Gilmer will not play each other during the tournament. Savannah Christian is coming up as well for it, and several other teams for the 3-day tournament. So it'll be a good, nice little 3-day tournament for the boys to in the year. And I know the nets are done until 23, but they were in a tournament this Saturday and this Monday and Tuesday, and they went to Pope High School for the last several days and came away with tournament championship, beating some 5A schools and 6A schools to win that. So that's a good way to end your first half of your season. You're going into a break at 12-1, and your only loss is by 3 to the defending 3A state champs. So I'd take that if I'm Coach Thomas.
I would absolutely take that. Looking through the teams here in the Adairsville Tiger Clash, you'll have Excel Christian, South Paulding, Long County, Calhoun will be in it. This is on the boys' side. Murray County, Chattooga, Woodland, and Adairsville, of course, in their own tournament. So that is actually the matchups in the order I read them. Excel will face South Paulding at 11:30. Long County against Calhoun at 2:30. Murray will face Chattooga at 5:30, and then Woodland versus Adairsville. There's also going to be a losers bracket in that one, so there'll be losers brackets and winners brackets games. On the girls' side,
well, go ahead.
On the girls' side, Blessed Trinity will face Sonoraville. Murray County will have Calhoun. Chattooga will face Woodland. And North Laurel, Kentucky is coming down, and they will face Adairsville.
Shoo.
I know nothing about
No,
squad, but I know that
I know
if
they're going to be cold. That's for sure.
if North Laurel, Kentucky wins and Chattooga wins and or they both lose, then you will see. I can be assured the first matchup between Chattooga and North Laurel, Kentucky. I know that they've never played North Laurel. I'm not sure if Adairsville ever has either. So
And speaking of the Daresville, their boys got a win today earlier this afternoon in the tournament they were in at the Wesleyan last couple of days. So they had a tough couple of days in that tournament, but they finished it up with a win. So that's some good momentum heading into their home tournament next week.
yeah,
The while we're on the topic of tournaments, I know it's not really a tournament topic, but you saw scrolling past a little while ago, Gilmer beating Sonoraville 79-66. I want to give a quick shout out to Gilmer sophomore Jackson McVeigh. Had 45 against Sonoraville last night.
getting it done.
Getting it done. He's a sophomore. I think they list him at 7 foot. I don't know what he is officially, but that's what they list him at 7 foot. Broke a team record, a school record that was held by his dad. So that must have been pretty special for them and his family last night. They got a split against Sonoraville. Sonoraville got him at their place, and Gilmer got him at their place.
Yeah, talking about that Adairsville game, Adairsville beats Greene County today, 56-54. Also, another action that Gordon Lee beats Signal Mountain 66-59. Anyway, all righty. Well, obviously we got a little break coming up with Christmas, and we'll get back into it after the first of the year for sure. With these tournaments coming up right before the first of the year, and then we'll have more information. But we're gonna. I mean, I guess it's a little short, but we're gonna cut it short because that's all the information I got. Remember, you know, the better our show will be if you come on and join us and talk about your team, give them recognition. If somebody scores 45 like this young gentleman did, put his name out there. If you got, if your daughter played in her first varsity game and she got a rebound, let us hear about it.
Yeah, let us know. Like White County, the White County girls just had their 12-game win streak snapped the other day, but they came back today, picked up a 48-30 win. They were playing some of South Carolina's teams and Tennessee teams, and that's what the White County boys were doing. They were playing Florida teams and Tennessee teams in tournaments, and West Hall was doing that as well. They were playing some Florida teams. So a lot of these North Georgia, Northwest Georgia area teams and are going different places and different states to get games in, and that's always, you get good experiences for these kids.
Absolutely. Anytime you can play somebody you're unfamiliar with, it's a great experience. You learn a lot about your team when you don't know exactly what you're confronting. All righty. Well, I hope everybody has a very happy and Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week.